What's up, everybody? I'm Taha. Welcome to Taha Games, and I'm back again today. I'm bringing you some Modern Warfare 3 domination on Underground, and this is a crazy, aggressive solo gameplay, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So, I'm not sniping, and the reason I'm not sniping is because I'm currently editing my sniping montage, and I'm kind of burnt out sniping right now. So I just wanted a bit of a break, and so the break was to go for things like MOABs and stuff in Modern Warfare 3. Going back to this game has brought back a lot of memories, and it's changed a lot of things in my head as well. This game doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. I thought this game looked really, I guess the word is like really grainy in my memory, and that's weird because it's actually not. It's kind of sharp. It has quite nice edges, relatively decent visual effects for the Xbox 360. It doesn't look anywhere near as bad as I remember it, and yeah, it's weird to go back to something and realize that it's completely not how you remember it. Anyway, the bottom line is I've kind of noticed a few things about this game that I think I'm going to expand into a general life principle commentary, because, you know, that's what all good commentaries do, right? They take something completely banal and kind of meaningless from something relatively meaningless like a video game, and they just expand them just completely needlessly and without any basis. They expand them into general life principles, and then you can all go home feeling happy at the end of the day. So one of the things that I kind of noticed playing this game is just how easy it is to die, and how frustrating it is when you're trying to go for long streaks and you can't. You know, you lose your long streaks because of ridiculous things, or people sitting in corners with things like assassin or camping. I mean, look at this guy, that kind of thing. And people sitting in corners like this guy. Oh, that was fortuitous. So it is frustrating. But as I was playing this game, you know, a thought kind of occurred to me, and I guess it reminded me of a principle that, in general, I would say is true, and I know to be true from other things in life. And that is that it's about the balance of adversity versus achievement. So what I mean by that is that you have to get the balance of adversity versus achievement right, and I think a lot of these game developers are aware of this fact. The adversity in a game like this is the things that you find irritating. I personally find people who use assassin and sit in corners so that I can't see them because they just blend into the background with silenced weapons, and, you know, take me out as I run past them with no knowledge of spawns or anything like that. I find that incredibly frustrating as a player. It's so that's the adversity in this game, and I guess the kind of the achievement in this game would be to overcome that, to push past that, and to get your MOAB, or to figure out a way around that kind of player. So I think it's kind of really interesting to see how certain players get frustrated, and certain people get frustrated with certain things, and then other people decide that they're going to treat it like a problem, and that they're going to problem solve, and they're going to find some kind of a way out of that problem, a way out of that mess, and they're going to achieve something at the end of it. And I mean, some would argue that the application of that kind of way of thinking to a video game is maybe a little bit misplaced, but I would say it's just, you know, the natural way that some people think, and that I think we should all try and think, because one of the things I've noticed about you know, anything that I could call an achievement in my own life, it's always required a bit of an attitude shift. It's always required a situation where I've been kind of at the wrong end of the way that things are supposed to go. So you often find yourself in a situation where things aren't going your way, or you know, you feel like there's a lot of things going against whatever it is you're trying to achieve or accomplish. And the difference between you and someone else who's going to quit is that you've essentially, you're not going to get rid or kind of overlook your prior commitment to achieving whatever it is that you're going to achieve. You're going to hold on to that and decide that actually, irrespective of whatever it is that I'm facing, I'm going to find a way around it. I'm going to problem solve, essentially, is what I'm saying. And I think a lot of the things that we enjoy most in life are actually to do with problem solving. If you look at like loads of the things that in general us human beings enjoy, it's almost all of it is like problem solving. It's I mean, look at anything. Take I don't know, let's take music. okay, sure, there's the element of getting better at playing an instrument and the physical element of that, but a lot of that, I mean, I play the guitar, so I can kind of tell those of you who don't play instruments or don't do anything like, you know, that has that kind of aspect to it, is that one of the key elements of learning anything, including an instrument, is problem solving, is having little things. Oh, I can't do this, I don't know how to physically do it, and then you figure out a way to make it happen. I don't know how to make that sound, and then you figure out a way to make that happen, and it can be applied to pretty much anything in life. So I would say, like, in a way, the reason that these games are so popular is because they kind of tap into that. I'd say they tap into a combination of that obsession with problem solving, an obsession with overcoming and competitiveness that loads of human beings have, and they kind of combine it with I suppose what you might call like the hunting instinct, because you're facing other intelligent people or beings, and you're having to kind of figure out where they're going to go and all the rest of it. So I think that's what makes a lot of these games really fun and naturally addictive. I mean, I wonder if we were to, I don't know, get like an alien species, hypothetically, and put them in front of one of these games, would they get it? Would they understand why everybody enjoys them? Maybe they'd be a lot like us, but maybe not. Maybe they would be a totally collectivist, kind of almost naturally socialist species, in which case they might not understand that degree of competition. I don't know, I'm just throwing some theories out there, but I just think it's interesting how, if you think about it, this whole Call of Duty thing it's a huge phenomenon. I mean, it's like one of the biggest industries in the world, and there's got to be a reason for that. There's got to be a reason that so many people play and enjoy the game. And there's a lot of people out there who play the game really seriously, like way more seriously than I do. And so I think it's really interesting to think about how these things relate to kind of human nature, or like how we've evolved. And I suppose that's my slightly more scientific bent. Some of you guys know I work in like kind of a scientific medical field, so I have that kind of way of thinking, I suppose. Anyway, here you guys can see I've pushed too far into the spawn. I was pretty close to my Moab, and I think, oh, you know, I can hold here for a second. Nope, you're gonna get shot and killed. But there you go. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Really, it's about overcoming adversity, and I think one thing that maybe we can all take away, one parent-friendly lesson that we can all take away from this game is that, or from our experiences playing this game, is that it's the moments where you decide that you're not going to quit, irrespective of what happens, and you realize, you identify whatever it is that's causing you a problem with achieving what it is that you're trying to achieve, and then you problem solve it. Pretty much every one of you listening to me right now who's played this game and been good at it, or had good memorable experiences with any Call of Duty, or in fact any competitive game, will have memories of specific games that they've played, you know, days, weeks, maybe months or even years earlier. And they'll still remember it. I still remember individual games on Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2 with like friends of mine, where we either won 200 to 199 or we lost 199 to 200. I still remember those games because it was about the challenge. It was about overcoming this incredibly irritating team who had like noob tubers on them, and who had people running around commando knifing, and people sitting at the back of the hangar with, you know, cold-blooded sniping, and just all of these things that we had to overcome. And we eventually managed to somehow overcome it and hit that 200 mark before the enemy team, and we still remember that. You know, it's still this incredible kind of, okay, incredible is probably stretching it a bit far, but it's still it's a fun memory. You know, it's like an amazing football game that you played, that you somehow managed to pull it off. And so I think, how does that relate to game design? I mean, I've already kind of explained how I feel it relates to like human nature in our everyday lives. And just to wrap that up, I think the bottom line is that we all need to take away from it is that it's not about the adversity, it's about problem solving. If you're in a situation in your life or something that you've decided to achieve, don't let the fact that there are people being dicks, frankly, for want of a better word, trying to stop you, don't let that get in your way. I think it's really important to bear in mind that the victory is only sweeter when you've problem solved your way through it. So I guess that was kind of the bottom line of this part of the commentary. But how does that relate to game design? Well, I personally am beginning to wonder whether developers like Infinity Ward and Treyarch and even Halo and Bungie, even Bungie, who make the Halo series, are aware of this fact. And they're aware of the fact that they have to have certain things in the game that are a bit irritating. Because I think if you have certain things in the game that are a bit irritating, but there's enough in the game that you enjoy, then in a way they have to create that incentive for you to want to fight against whatever it is that you're having to fight against. If the game is totally seamless and there's nothing to challenge you, and part of being challenged, I suppose, is being annoyed, and there's nothing that you find a little bit annoying, then are you going to keep coming back? I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, take the example of Titanfall. I don't think there's that much in Titanfall that's really annoying. There's a few things that are annoying, but I'm not really sure that there's that much that really needs tweaking, and maybe that's where they fell down. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that was just a few thoughts for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. 40 kills, underground domination with an ACR. Rate and like and all that stuff, and subscribe and all that stuff. And I've been Taha. This is Taha Games, and I'll see you next time. Bye.